You know, folks, recently one of the, I guess you could say, fellow Sonic fans over at the Fans United for StatAM message boards called, his name is Rob the First, that's his name over there. I think that's who it is. Started a topic recently that I don't think any of us have talked about in a while, but it wasn't, it was about this certain topic, but not about, sharing something with it. But basically, his topic was about a Sonic movie, but not about one being made or should be made, but more about, I think, as he put it, what was it? I don't know where exactly it would be in the comics or the StatAM situation. Let's see. No, it's not there. No, it's not there either. I think it might be in television film section. Hold on for a second, trying to look it up. Ah, yeah, here it is. He entitles it, and the title will be down there, When Sonic Movie Projects Are Almost Made. Now, I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can. I got a special I'm recording right now. It's only about 20 minutes. But basically, let's see, where is it? Kill me. I think it's Rob the First that started this, I believe it was. Yeah. This is what he said. He said basically he says that this topic's not about bashing Ken Penders or anybody. It's about, basically, as the title says, when Sonic movie projects are almost made. And he says it's not just Ken it's not just Ken trying to make a movie. Ben Hurst almost made a Sonic movie until, well, he provides a link, and I'll probably get into that link in a little bit. But he uses this quote from the link, and he says, "Here's the proof." And he quotes this. This is out of the situation. It's a long one. But this is out of the site he has, and I'll provide a link down to where you can read this topic. But this is what he says, and I quote. This is what is off that site, and this is what it says as its proof, as he puts it, and I quote: "The last known major attempt at launching the continuation of the series was when Ben Hurst, while talking through Dick Entertainment, in 2002, was told he should speak to Sega about the idea, as ultimately it was up to them. Getting in contact with Sega of America, Ben Hurst later received a phone call from Ken Penders, who said he had heard that the writer was interested in getting a Sonic film off the ground. The two spoke at length, Mr. Hurst revealing his ideas of not only putting together a film, but also working in tangent with the gaming side of Sega to help spur ideas that both could use. Shortly after, Ben Hurst got back in contact with Sega, only to find that Ken Penders had gotten in contact before him, sharing Ben Hurst's intentions in causing a strain between Ben and the person he had contacted within Sega. He later discovered that Ken Penders had his own intentions of making a feature film that ultimately went nowhere, though it is unknown if Mr. Penders had intentionally caused friction, or if it was just a moment of Ken speaking without tact and presenting an idea that wasn't his own. And then he says, "Yep, Ben Hurst almost tried. Here's some storyboards made by Ken Penders," and of course, if you haven't seen the storyboards, the link will show you what they look like. He goes on to say, he also mentions that he remembers Richard Kuta. I know he's part, and he says he acknowledges that he's part of the FUS message board, so let's respect him. But he also mentions that he remembers Richard Kuta had written a script, tried to contact Sega, and he also made a fan movie. And he also made this fan-made movie, and he provides a link to that. So, is there any other people that are trying to make a Sonic movie project? Post your comments about these almost made Sonic movie projects. Now, again, I'm checking the time there. Now, honestly, we've heard all about this. And the closest we've ever gotten so far is the Eddie LeBron Blue Cord Studios fan film. For 18 minutes, it's not too bad. I mean, it's pretty good. Gives you an idea of what a real movie could look like. And apparently one of the founding fathers of Sonic, if not the founding father, actually liked it. If you know what I mean. He actually got a kick out of it. You know, he actually got a kick out of it. So, again, that was, you know, that's positive news right there. Here we go. But again, that's positive news right there if you have a fan film getting positive reaction from one of the founding fathers. But again, you know, these movie projects, you know, I mean, to me, I've already come out and said it various times. I believe a Sonic movie is in the works. I believe one is eventually going to become a reality sooner than we think. I believe it's going to happen before this decade's out. We're going to get some announcement. And whether it's within the next year, whether it's around the 25th anniversary of the franchise, we're going to get some announcement. And when we get that announcement, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be one that we will be crossing our fingers for, hoping that we get the announcement that we want to hear. And let me go over here. I'll provide a link as well to the actual site, or the actual page that he got this from, because the link he provides doesn't really lead you anywhere except to like search for related titles. Now, they do basically quote everything else, but they do say this about why SatAM was basically put into the situation. It says this about its cancellation and attempts of resurrection. It says, while the series starred one of the most recognizable characters in video gaming, the show was unable to gain enough momentum to create a third season. Though for a time it was believed the series had been cancelled because of a dispute between Sega, Dick, and ABC, and the ABC network over the selling of animation cells. Hold on for a second, and again, keeping an eye on the time here. Again, what was that? Oh yeah. The real reason was nothing as trivial. Though nearly all of its run, the show was forced to compete against the biggest children's show of the era, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. ABC's first response was to change time slots for Sonic, but Fox Kids responded by moving their series to the exact slot ABC had shifted Sonic to. Being dominant in the ratings, what little hope for a renewal was lost when the president of ABC's children programming was replaced at the same time. The new regime having no interest in pursuing a third season. And it continues on. It says, Ben Hurst, who had become the main writer of the series, by season 2 was unhappy with the decision, but continued to hold out hope that he would be able to return and at least finish the storyline he began. Over the years, he attempted time and again to drum up enough interest in the powers that be to greenlight, if not a third season, then at least an animated feature that would be able to tie up the loose ends of the cliffhanger. His passion for Sonic was enough to have him hired in as the story editor for Sonic Underground. Though his hands were tied in changing the premise of the show, the elements of the Underground storyline having already been set in stone since he was approached. And then of course they use the quote, and of course we get the same thing I just mentioned earlier about the last major attempt with the movie and all that. But you gotta look at it this way. People have said it best. You gotta look at it this way. People have said it best. People have said it best, as very well, that there have been numerous attempts, and like I said, the more successful attempt so far has been the 18-minute Sonic fan film. And that's good. That's good enough for right now. That's good. Good coffee. But anyway, like I said, that's good enough for right now, but here's the thing. Unlike Mario doesn't have so many different continuities within his franchise. He doesn't. It's basically the same thing over and over again, so it's easier to adapt. But I think the problem is Mario and Sonic are basically the two gaming mascots that people know better than anyone. And I think what's holding back a Sonic movie from being done at all, and again, I still believe this decade is when we're going to get an announcement for it, but I believe what's holding a Sonic movie from happening at all, or has been holding it back and hopefully won't be holding it back for much longer, is what happened back almost 10 years ago with the Mario Brothers movie. When we all heard that a Mario Brothers movie was being made, a live action one, to quote, it's basically like people like James Wolfe and Doug Walker had said in their reviews of the movie. Basically, we were excited. We were happy as heck that we were going to get a Mario Brothers movie. But when we saw what it was like, when you look back on it, it's nostalgically, it's pretty good. For nostalgic reasons, it's good, Heck, you got kids of this generation that are kind of interested in it. But when you look back on it, though, when you look back on it, not from a nostalgic view, but from a view as a moviegoer, you look at it and you're like, seriously? They did this? This is how they portrayed the Marios? This is how they portrayed Koopa? This is how they portrayed Daisy? And yeah, it was Daisy that they used, not Peach. Because at that time, Daisy was just introduced about a few years later, so they went with a more newer princess. So yeah, it was kind of a mixed reaction, like, wait a minute, this is not really Mario Brothers. This is like Mario Brothers on steroids. And you see, that's basically what's kept a Sonic movie from even being taken and lifted off the ground. The fact that that occurred, and nobody wants to chance it again. Yeah, nobody wants to chance another movie attempt at a mascot, world renowned mascot like, let's say, Sonic. But I still believe a Sonic movie can be done. Eddie LeBron proved to us it can be done if done right. So it can be done. All these other attempts throughout the years, hey, you got to give people like the late Ben Hurst, like Ken Penders, whether you like the guy or not, like Richard Kuntau, whether you like the guy or not. You got to give anybody out there, even Eddie LeBron, you got to give him credit for at least trying, attempting, and at least giving a taste of what a Sonic movie could be like, live action or animated. But you see, it's not just what happened with the Mario Brothers movie, which is holding it back. It's more along the lines that, like I said, unlike Mario, Sonic has various continuities. He has a continuity in the comics that's different from what you see in the games. He has a continuity with Underground. He has a continuity, with Saturday. It's like you got these different continuities. And yeah, the comics are trying to meld the continuities into one continuity so it's easier for people to read, follow, and understand. And I believe if that's the case right now, that might be the first step to a movie happening. I mean, you don't think, I mean, take a look. They recently revealed 257's cover being all CGI and its variant cover being all CGI. The official cover, the one that's going to be out in stores, the spread cover, if you will, that one basically, folks, would be the turning point. I mean, you don't think movie producers wouldn't see something like that and go like, a Sonic movie would be pretty good in CGI, especially what we're seeing here. That 257 cover could be the catalyst. But again, we can only hope, pray, and wonder if that would be it. But again, I still believe, as a fan, that an announcement will be made probably around the 25th anniversary. I mean, they could have made an announcement during the 20th anniversary, but they didn't because they wanted to hold off. They probably want to hold off until 25th. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. But as far as movie projects that have been made in the past, you got to give them credit, whether you like the people or not. You got to give them credit for at least trying, taking the time out of their busy schedules, and attempting to make it happen. And got to give credit to people like the late Ben Hurst, even Penders and Kuta, and even LeBron, Eddie LeBron. Because they took time out of the schedules to at least write a script, animate something to give you an idea of what it could be like. Actually, take that time out of the schedule to give you sort of a taste of what a CGI live action movie could be like, as well as take time out of the busy schedule to call up various places like Sega, like Dick, even in the case of other people, like talk to certain studios, movie studios, to try to get it off the ground. So, you got to give them credit, whether you like the people or not. But again, as far as the Sonic movie project, that could have almost been made, I believe one will be made. And that's all I have to say, and I believe an announcement will be made before this decade's out, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's made during the 25th anniversary, either at San Diego Comic-Con, at New York Comic-Con, it doesn't matter, I wouldn't be surprised. So, that's my response to this topic. I'll provide a link, various links to where you could read more about this, give your own opinions, and that's about it. That's all I'm going to say, and God bless, take care, comment below if you like, video respond if you like as well.